Well, hello and welcome back to Saskryker. My name's Neil. Sask is short for Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, Canada, and that's where we're broadcasting from. And again, it's a little bit brisk here in the prairies of the Great White North, and it is still white here. We've got a lot of snow on the ground. Probably not going to see my bike until about April. So until then, you and I are going to have some fun, just chatting away, maybe giving away a few things, and just talking about riding gear, the community, and everything else. And I have been so fortunate to have a lot of great folks tell me, you know, here's what I would suggest for you to do on your channel. Maybe we want to do this or look at doing that, or folks that have commented saying, I'd love to see you talk about this and those kind of things. So again, a big shout out to Keith Hammer of Rolling on 3. He's been a great person for a resource, and he was the one that encouraged me to do a lot of things, and he also was the one that said, you know what, if I can help you, I will. Here's what I think you should be doing. Here's some stuff that I would suggest you work on. And it has been great advice. So thank you, Keith. I've also followed Beth from Ryker Rides. She, of course, being the queen of Rykers. And everyone else that has kind of gone ahead of me. I'm, again, standing on the shoulders of giants in the YouTube world, just giving you my little perspective here of what riding in Canada is like. Today, as you've probably seen from the title, it's gloves and gaiters. And for me, when I can have one thing, I will, but if I can have 4 or 5, isn't that better? Well, of course it is. And again, with the temperature fluctuations and the temperature changes and the weather changes here on the prairies, you never know. You can start off on a beautiful sunny day and hit torrential rain halfway through. So you want to be ready to go. I've got rain pants. I've got my waterproof Blundstone boots that we've talked about. I've got a rainproof jacket, and of course, I've got helmets with face guards and shields to stop the pelting rain from hitting my face. But what about your hands? Well, let's talk gloves. The first pair of gloves that I have are the ones that I've transitioned over from my Harley. These are Harley-Davidson branded gloves. They're great gloves, all leather, double stitched on the knuckles and of course the fronts of the fingers, because on my Harley I didn't have any hand guards or deflectors, so any bugs or rocks that were coming were bouncing off my knuckles in here, and it has saved me you know, from some knuckle and hand injuries. Yeah, there's been a couple of times where I've gone, oh, that stings and hurts. But within 5-10 minutes, it goes away. So these are usually my go-to gloves. Before I put the bike away, it was about 3 degrees, and when I talk temperature, it's going to be in Celsius, because that's what we're used to here in Canada. I went to Mark's Work Wearhouse and picked up these Terras. These are what I call my winter gloves, because they've got thin selene lining in them. It's a microfiber interior, very nice and soft. It's got a rubberized palm so you don't slip on it. It shows here that, yeah, this is supposed to be for technology, which means you should be able to touch your phone and it'll work, but they really don't. I think the material's just way too thick. But the reason I got them was for either early spring riding or late fall going to take the bike into storage riding. So I got those. Then in the summertime when it gets really hot and I'm just cruising around town and I want my hands to be a little cool and I also want to be able to interact with my phone, I get the half glove. And I picked these up at a local boutique of leather store in town, and I got these because, again, it's just easier to take them on and off, keeps my hand cool, and again, I've got the purple because that's one of the accent colors for my bike. And again, if you're going to go sliding down, if you ever do go off the bike, there's a nice pad on the palm there. The last pair that I got was a pair that I was looking around going, you know, I've been caught in the rain so many times, and is there a glove out there that's waterproof, truly waterproof, or does it just say it's water resistant or water repellent, which means, you know, after 5 minutes your hands are just as soaked as anything. These bad boys do it 100%. You can stick your hands into these, and I've done this at home just to see how it was before I went out on the bike. Filled up a sink in the bathroom with water, stuck my hands in, bone dry. They're called 100%. They're great gloves. They don't have any kind of clasp or anything around here. It's just more of a stretchy band, so make sure that when you do get them, you try them on, because it is snug, but once you get them onto your hands, boy, it's like a second skin. And these also, like the Harleys, are pre-curved, so you're not, when you're doing this, you're not really feeling like you're feeling resistance on them. And make sure that the gloves, that when you do put them on, when you do put your hand like this, like the Harley ones, and I'll show you again, they're pre-curved. If you notice, that's how they look. That's how they came. I haven't done that on my own. That's how the Harley gloves came, because again, you want to be able to really relax your hand on there. If you get gloves that that are stiffing out like this, as soon as you start doing this on a couple of hour ride, you're going to notice your hand is fatigued just because you're trying to stretch that leather out. So try to find something that has that curve in it, or a material that's soft enough that when you do curve and you do hang on to that throttle and other left-hand grip, that you're not fatiguing your hands. The second part of it is called Gators, and boy do I have a few of these bad boys hanging around, and I have them to mix and match to my every mood. I've got a whole bunch of them here. I started off, this is my very first one. This is still probably my favorite. It's called Watuco. It's a bamboo material, and it is so breathable and everything. This is my go-to. Because I have allergies, and in Saskatchewan, this being a farming community, there are hundreds and thousands of acres of flowering plants in the spring and dust and whatever else in the fall, so I wear that up over my nose just to kind of save myself from breathing in pretty much every pollen organism in the prairies, and it keeps my face warm. I've got one here that's a Ride for Dad. Of course, if I'm wanting to feel a little more darker colors, then I go for the Ride for Dad, which is for prostate cancer. Supported them. My boss gave me one of these. This is, I work for Leyden Cr Communities, which is a seniors community group, and she gave me one of these, which is very styling. Then I've got a bunch of other ones here. Like I said, I've got about 15 of these, and I mix and match them every mood. Constellation, Pixeled Camo, another Leyden Cr one. So again, I have a few of these sitting around, but what I do make sure I do now is I have these waterproof gloves sitting in some sort of my luggage somewhere, along with my rain pants, because you never know where you're going to hit some inclement weather. And again, that's what I like to ride with knowing that if I'm going to hit some poorer weather, that I can throw something on. I also will throw an extra t-shirt or something in there, just so that there is, if I'm getting a little chilled, and if I haven't dressed properly, which I haven't a couple of times, gotten out an hour in and a little chilled, I'll stop and throw another t-shirt that's got a little more fleece lining to it. So again, these are just some of the things that I wear, and I just have fun with them because I've got so much extra gear that it's something that I mix and match to my every mood, as it were. Again, thank you so much for joining me. It's a pleasure just kind of hanging out with you guys and seeing the comments in the comment section. Please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. I'm well over 70 subscribers, and for the first month or so, I am just blown away. So thank you very much. If you keep watching, there's going to be more giveaways like that Brandon King relocator kit that I've given away. We're probably going to have some more partnerships with other companies that are going to be giving away some great products specifically for the Ryker. So again, thank you for joining me. Until next time, take care.